Greetings. Give maximum thanks for another note to self. Just doing a cleansing sound bath session for the completion of my latest SPARKS line artwork. Cleansing it with some Palo Santo. Currently at the river, by the riverbanks of the Mississippi, the mighty Mississippi, in the magnificent Memphis, Tennessee. So I trust this note finds all to be well, or leads all to know that you are loved, you are loved. So yes, smells amazing. If you've never smelled it, find yourself some and indulge. Bringing all my little insect friends over. So this piece is called The Way You Look Should Be a Sensei. You Are My Sensation. It's inspired by a Kanye lyric. But the piece is always the inspiration. And there's the word sensation here. And it kind of ignited that quote in me. And it spoke to the different levels and layers that of movement, emotion, and matter that I see in this piece. And so with that, I have this flow of currency here. And I infused that into the piece. Before I even began, I set the tone of this being something that not only generates a creative flow for me, allowing myself to have a space to release and to also bring back the positive notes of someone exchanging their currency with me, but also when they receive this piece, it will be a way for them to continue that flow of currency coming into their life. So while on the front, it does invoke inspiration as always, but on the back, what it's founded by is this level of currency that speaks to a creative enterprise that is in each one of us. Each one of us is a creative enterprise. As creators, we house many creative elements in our being. And this piece was formed by that notion. I wanted to make sure that I show that because it will be framed. When you receive the piece, it will be framed. So you won't necessarily see the back, but I wanted you to know that that's there. And that was the foundation of creating this piece. So now I'll just do a little sound bathing. With sound bowls, they're really interesting because with this particular type, you have to hold it in the palm of your hand. It needs that support, that foundation to really start to generate the sound. And lately in my yoga practice and meditation practice, I've noticed that I have particularly been focusing on my hands, the palm of my hands, and using them as generators, because that is essentially what they are. They assist us in the output of our creative flow. Oftentimes we use our hands so much to create, right? As well as to operate, and as well as to dissipate energy. So it's interesting how the bowl needs to be right in the center of the palm in order to really generate sound. Also interesting about the sound bowls is that they are living entities, like everything on the planet, right? But this becomes really true because when I went to purchase this one, it had to speak to me. I had to play a few bowls and wait for them to speak to me, and this one spoke to me, and it called me and said, "I want to go home with you." So I brought it on home with me. And it's a Cosmos singing bowl. It's handcrafted in India. I actually got it here in Memphis at the Memphis Sound Shop, where I also do sound baths in a chamber, in a gong chamber. I don't perform them. That's where I go receive them. And they are life-changing. If you've never experienced one, I highly recommend it. But any kind of sound bath will totally alter your perspective on reality. And I personally am really connected to sound. I always have a massive release whenever I go into the gong chamber. It's something I definitely will incorporate into my home when I begin building that. So if you have the opportunity to partake, I highly recommend it. Know that you are loved and you are loved.